I just
Something.
ran into a bed. I'm running into everything today.
It's fine. You weren't outside in the hot. What were you outside in the hot weather all day today?
Outside in the hot weather all day.
Because I was for like
My
the morning.
job's outside.
Okay, never mind then. These were fine. So, welcome back to more Ace Attorney. We didn't get around to doing a Tuesday because unfortunately my computer went kaput. But it is fixed. It exploded.
The computer committed self-delete.
Yeah, basically. But we got it to fix itself, and now it's fixed. So, yeah. I think we're good. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Or, I'm not so concerned about it crashing now. I'm more concerned about... I'm a bit more concerned about the looming possible thunderstorm that might pass through and then suddenly me losing power. Once again, at some point, I really should get myself a battery backup unit for my computer.
See a rainstorm. It's just a little.
Yeah, but you don't realize that part of that rainstorm can actually take out an electricity grid of the town. Yeah.
True.
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those things. Wait, hold on. What is this? Wait, hold on. Where are we again? Oh, this is Trial Farmer. Okay, that's where
Yeah,
we are.
we're on Trial
Okay.
Farmer. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright?
I think you didn't get me a cup of coffee yet, Emma. God.
Shut up, Mr. Wright.
Also, the prosecution's screwed. Besides,
The victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed.
well, I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning.
We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. Plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agreed that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. Oh, Anna, don't tell me you... Much to my regrets, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are.
Miss Sky.
Hmm?
We found trace evidence of a certain person in the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall.
Kind of trace evidence.
Bloodstained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have in my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you?
In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall?
Well, we have to play the cards. Well, we have to play the cards we're dealt with. Isn't that right, Miss Guy?
Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright.
Ah, see, I thought you'd take it a different way. Oh god, I have to do the judge voice now. My voice isn't ready for this. I haven't recovered yet.
Oof.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky again for like the 3rd day in a row. What the fuck? I am present.
Prosecution is...
You gotta speak up, Sonny. I don't understand what that means.
It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. Yet the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time.
But that's not physically possible, isn't it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just, went, poof, right? Is that the word? You kids say to these days, poof, right?
Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car.
This is fucked up.
One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department.
Okay, good. Good, Mr. Edgeworth. You sounded a bit quiet there. Just need to check some volume on your microphone.
It's called faking, Mr. Wright. You might want to try it sometime. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself.
Now that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself.
And that's supposed to be an admirable trait. Very well.
Yes, Phoenix.
Very well.
You do the exact same thing.
Very well. Let's begin. Let's continue the trial. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Please tell me while I sip this cup of hot cocoa. Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness on the dangerous stand.
For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department.
Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Oh god, how did I do his voice again?
I don't know.
It was very like lispy.
It was like this, right? It was like this, right?
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
Yes.
Okay. I got it.
Right.
Alright. Let's do this.
Will the witness please state his name and occupation?
Yes, sir! I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is, that would be murder, sir, right? So you're telling us you're a professional killer. Is that correct? It was me! It was I did it! I totally did it! I never kill anyone! I've never killed anyone again, sir! You gotta believe me. Actually, we'd like to hear from you sir, I'm what you call part of the younger generation, sir. A person whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, please help me.
Officer Meekins,
Yes, sir.
give us a report of the crime. Consider that in order.
Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of that generation that must be told what to do, sir.
Oh shit. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm.
Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life. Then I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. That sounded really dumb and stupid. So, the victim attacked you then? Do unto others before they do unto you! That's the Meekins family motto, sir. So then you fainted and your colleague helped you to regain consciousness? Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. That's pretty stupid. This doesn't help. This really doesn't help because I don't know what we're doing in this. Okay. Oh, we're gonna do the usual Ace Attorney thing.
The usual press on everything.
Yeah, press on everything, and then when all else fails, just present until something advances the game state. You know, regular stuff.
You present all the evidence, so hit the right one eventually.
Yeah, right? Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir! I'm in charge of hiring the recruits, sir! Yikes, now there's a scary thought.
Evidence transferal was taking place on the day of the crime. meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed.
I was in charge of the gods of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. The Blue Badger? Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the chief of detectives, sir.
Oh no!
It haunts my
no.
dreams. It haunts my dreams.
Look at its eyes. It has no soul.
Oh my god! If you
There's no
notice,
thought
if you
behind
look,
the head.
if you look at the left eye, it kind of looks like it's crying.
No. It only has one desire in the world, and that is to consume everything. Until
was
there's
in-
nothing left but the void.
I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transfer process. That was my sole mission for that day, sir. Also, that thing scares me. Okay, that sounded very important. Yeah, that's the word for that. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around that I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room.
Tell us, what did you see when you got there?
In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct?
Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck.
So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right?
There it is! I found it! That's the one right there! Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. It was 4989596. That's my number, sir.
Let's see. Huh? But the number 4989596 is shown being used twice.
Please explain, witness.
It's no real mystery, sir. The first is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room, and the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see, so I was jerking that second time when... Yes, sir, there was some... That's when I spotted the man on the security screen.
So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you?
It was a knife, sir! A knife! Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked like he was surprised as I was.
You aren't exactly the kind of person someone would want to run into, honestly.
That's when I reacted, sir! I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him! That's how I got this gash in my hand.
You just get your cool in your hand wouldn't be.
When I saw the... Yeah.
I'm getting these voices confused now. Crap. Oh.
When I saw that, the blood trickling down my hand, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar.
What exactly do you mean when you say you did it?
I know I don't look like the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for just an instant, so I snatched the knife from him.
You took his knife?
I spun around him and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man.
See. He must have been desperate.
Next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in the sea of blood, and then the next thing I knew, yes, he punched me right in my face, sir.
About what time did you regain consciousness?
No offense, sir, but I mean, how the fuck am I supposed to know that? I was fucking sleeping. What the fuck, dude? Seriously.
I don't know why you're getting so worked up about the officer making.
Hey, dude! How the fuck? I was unconscious. Why would you ask a man such a question, you asshole?
Right. I'm sorry for asking that.
It's not fucking personal. When a person is fucking unconscious, they won't know the fucking time because they're fucking unconscious, Mr. Wright. What the fuck?
Hey, calm down, sir. Officer Meekins, calm down.
According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30.
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth! God damn, this guy's annoying! He hit me right in the head, too! Oh, look, I'm crying tears of pain! That's, nice! It's nice you recovered, that is. When I came around, I made sure my mission was... I finished my mission, sir.
Your mission?
Yes, sir, the Blue Badger, sir. I returned it to the engines before things got out of hand.
We can all rest easy now.
I believe we now have a fairly accurate picture of what the fuck happened.
Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim?
He has a point.
Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir, take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant just delivered it this morning.
The chief.
Delivered it?
What is that? Is that donut?
No, Your Honor. It's a videotape.
A video? What? Mr. Edgeworth, what the heck is this thing? It has like 2 spinning little discs in there. Is this a donut box or something? Mr. Edgeworth?
No, it's not.
What are these spinning things in the inside of it? There's like little plastic glass.
Hey, Edgeworth, are we sure we should be trusting this guy with my sister's case?
Huh? What did you say,
Honest,
young
I'm
lady?
not sure if we should be trusting him with any case.
What?
Then, why are we here?
Emma,
Just play along, keep the old man happy.
Emma, you don't question these
right.
things. Emma,
No,
don't.
keep him happy and smiling until we find an opportunity to run.
There's
then
too
when-
much to
when the-
learn about being an attorney. I'm not sure if I like this.
Shh. Just let it happen, Emma. Just let it happen.
Oh! I know what a videotape is. Oh, I get it now. See, I'm smart. Yes, sir. That's absolutely right. A videotape. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room.
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. And was told it had been mistakenly erased.
That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at.
Looks like the communication with the police department is as good as ever.
Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Please stop using the word murder, sir. It scares me.
Videotape of a
You
video of a
called
real
yourself
murder.
like 5 seconds ago.
A video of a real murder. What the fuck are we getting ourselves into? All right, get some popcorn. Let's go watch this.
Phoenix language. This is a courtroom.
Oh,
There's
sorry.
the Badger.
Oh god, it could invade the video streams. It's gaining sentience.
Sorry, what are you talking about?
Oh god, it's terrifying. Phoenix, this is gonna haunt my dreams.
Probably.
I'll never be able to unsee it.
Oh, he's fucking gone! Holy shit!
And the badger dances on for eternity.
Hey, Emma, you want some popcorn? Emma, you okay? You seem really scarred.
That's gonna haunt my dreams, Mr. Wright.
It probably
I don't know if I'll
will.
be. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. The murder isn't scary. It's the blue badger.
I hate to break it to you, Emma, but I can't. I'm a lawyer. I can't help you with that. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh god. Edgeworth has seen too much. He has stared into the badger, and the badger has stared back into him.
Edgeworth, did you stare into the soul of the badger?
Please tell me you didn't stare into the soul of the badger.
I think he did
He
stare
stared
into the
into
soul
its
of the
eyes and
badger.
saw nothing but the blackness of the abyss.
Oh, he seems unaffected.
He's already part of the blue badger cult.
Well,
He was its first victim.
well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. I really hope none of us actually stared at the soul of the blue badger.
I tried not to.
I mean, I saw it, but I think I'm gonna be okay.
Mr. Edgeworth, are you okay?
I think I need an exorcism after this trial.
Right. So, anyway, how can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred up within us?
Therapy.
Hey, look, the word hell is actually finally used in the history game.
No, what the hell was that wriggling piece of plywood?
Sir, that was the plan to drive the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger.
Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Also, I think I'm scarred. I might need to see a therapist. Security video reluctantly and scarringly added to the court record.
I don't think I need a therapist. I think I may join Mr. Edgeworth in that exorcism.
Hey, Edgeworth, you got room for another exorcist?
Anyway.
Everybody.
Yes, it will. And anyway, this tape seems to prove that the witness did indeed encounter someone in the evidence room, and some sort of activity took place.
Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that alright with you, Officer Meakin?
Yes, sir. As you wish, sir.
I am emotionally scarred from seeing that now. Wait, hold on. Can we actually view Oh my god, we can actually view it again! No, I'm already scarred.
His face!
Again.
Yeah, you're not the only one. It was a mistake to click check. Anyway.
His face can't be clearly been seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprint to do. The locker he opened was unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. So, what's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. Then that would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. All right. Well, the defense may, if the defense isn't scarred, they can do their cross-examination.
I don't know where this cross-examination will lead, but everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start, and hopefully I can get the mental image of the blue badger out of my mind. Because I'm very scarred by that still.
Kyle, I know you can see what I posted, and please just read the last 3 things.
Alright.
So, tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife? Wait, hold on, I need to see this now.
Okay, so I'll explain it. So I sent it in another chat, but I can send it. So basically, my boss, she left a message things going on Saturday and Sunday for work and stuff. And she's like, and like we have these like people playing in like a tournament. And she's like, one day we're doing soup slash burgers, and the other day we're doing soup slash pizza. And the last line says, they seem to really like soup. ... They like soup.
I love that.
Just like soup and burgers, soup and pizza. They like soup.
Yes.
Soup.
That's all you need.
Every time I think of soup is like, I'm in soup. What do you mean you're at soup? I'm at
Not the soup. What store are you in? I'm at the soup store. Why are you buying clothes?
Buying clothes at the soup store.
Fuck you. All right, let's go jump back.
I just had to explain that.
No, that's actually pretty funny. Not gonna lie. Anyway, did you see the face of the man who attacked you with the knife?
So, sir, if you must label people as having been seen or not seen, the man's face, I believe, would be classified as the latter.
The latter, but you were standing right in front of him, were you not?
More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir, but I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good trait for a police officer.
Still, I'm sure it was him. I bet my badge on it. Actually, maybe I don't want to bet my badge on it.
But you don't know for sure, do you? You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face.
Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must properly label people as having seen or not seen it. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. But why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or...
Meekins,
Ah!
having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now please be more certain when you testify.
Yes, sir!
You claim the man who brandished a knife on you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him.
I mean, oh.
About these lockers, is there no other way to open them?
No, sir, I tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir.
I wonder what kind of methods he's tried.
If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person that the locker is assigned to. Exactly my point, sir, and this too.
How do you know that information?
I've heard rumors, sir, from the people in the know, sir.
People in the know?
The workers in the department cafeteria, sir. They keep me informed. They also listen to my romantic troubles, sir.
With those poor souls. The open locker did indeed belong to Detective Goodman. I verified this information through a more reliable source.
So the victim opened the locker with his own fingerprint.
However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face.
So, sir, if I may say something. Please do. After all, you're the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. It was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify this enough. Yes, you do have a point. The footage doesn't lie.
That is. Unless the defense can find a problem with it.
I mean, we're gonna go watch the scary video right now.
Oh dear God, that's
Just don't look too close to the badger.
I'm not
Okay.
looking at a badger. I'm not looking
Okay.
at him.
So, okay, don't look at him. There's Bruce. You have to acknowledge this came out on the Nintendo DS,
Yeah.
so it's pretty impressive.
No, DS could do some surprisingly good things with 3D graphics. All things considered.
Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again.
Is there a problem with the security video? Regarding the video containing in this tape, there is one thing in particular that seems rather strange.
Strange.
This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman.
Huh? What? This video contains such a contradiction.
Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal.
Yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
I propose we have the defense point out to us this alleged contradiction in the video.
You'd want me to point it out.
Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence.
Alright, going to say first.
Also, my voice at that last line, like, squeaked, and I don't know why my voice squeaked. I was like, let's check the court record!
The heck?
Whatever you say, Toad.
No.
I will now go play the security tape!
Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of.
I have to point out the problem in the video? This is the first time I had to do that.
You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing.
Please don't play it too many times. I can't stop watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer?
Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us.
I thought we were gonna view the videotape right now. Oh god.
God, that haunting carnival music again.
Let's...
Wait. I think I... Wait.
Ah.
Yeah, the glove falling out, definitely.
I don't know. Is that it?
I don't think we. Thought we
That's
didn't
it.
have a glove.
I thought we did have a glove.
Did we?
It's got to be this.
Yes, that is strange.
What could it mean? Oh, hold on. Hold on, I just need to read this.
Oh, yeah. No. Wait.
It should be the light that's open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the light.
The thing that's strange about the video has got to be this. Officer Meekins.
Yes, do you mean me?
As I understand, the locker apparatus works like this. When you grab a handle, the sensor reads your fingerprint. And if it's a match, the light turns on and the lock is released.
According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir.
If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. Ah, don't look at its soul!
Cannot escape it. All roads lead to the Badger.
Okay, so we saw the same footage again.
Was this badger created by, Detective Gumshoe to, like, a cult?
Not now,
Is this a
Emma.
cult?
Emma, not right now. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker, let's rewind a little to earlier.
Oh my god, it glitched. Oh my god.
Emma, calm down.
Edgeworth, can you get the exorcist on the phone?
Here,
I already
notice-
have him on speed dial.
Here, notice this light? Also, can you guys pay attention? I know that thing is creepy, but you gotta focus. Anyway, here, notice that light?
Huh? What's that? It's, wait a minute. It's already lit! Edgeworth, can you explain what this means?
Yes, Your Honor. It is on the light. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle.
Alright, people, shut the fuck up! What the hell does this mean?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't open on the day of the crime.
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system. When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered. And the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know! It must have broken down! Of course, I'm not an expert in this.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor will detect and report any malfunction.
Oh well, it just goes to show that novices should just keep their mouths shut. So, then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation?
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, well, why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. I feel like I'm going to be asked to present evidence. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator?
Oh, maybe something like jam the system sensor?
Something jam the sensor? See. There's something else that seems out of place in this video.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I feel like that should have been something that Phoenix actually said out loud, because why would Emma react to that so quickly?
There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked, Mr. Wright. Please point out the cause for this.
No!
Not again.
It was the glove.
Please watch closely. This is the continuation of the part I showed you earlier. Oh no, we have to watch this again.
It's
Make
terrifying.
it stop.
Make it stop! Ah!
My eyes.
Huh? What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. Wink wink. But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when the doors open. I have to fall out and roll, well, great distances when I felt,
We can't be sure that the item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted?
This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor.
Oh, I understand, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 of the 3 times I get stuck in the door when I fall out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me. But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the locker.
Not only that, it would also have to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator. But at the crime scene,
There just might have been something that fits that description.
but sir, by insulator, you don't mean...
I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence?
Yeah, I think I know what it is, but let's better safe than sorry.
The glove.
I found this near the locker, a thin rubber glove.
But we can't be sure it was the victim's locker.
It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker, but that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. On the day of the crime, even I could have opened the locker. Is that not so, Officer Meekins?
Sir, it would appear so, sir! I'm not going to say this another time, but you get the idea. So are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room is not Detective Goodman?
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more. The victim in the video was indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Oh, yeah, of course, sir.
Is this a joke? I think this is a joke. Emma, is this a joke?
I don't know.
I'm so confused right now.
Me too,
This-
Mr. Wright.
There's one more thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. To enter the evidence room, one must use their ID card. When an ID card is used, there's a record of it. At the time of the crime, the detective could have used this card.
Well, let's go check this first, shall we? Oh, that's the lost item report. Oh yeah, he did use it. Never mind. But it was
worth a try.
an ID record. I see.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor. The ID used at 514 is that of the victim.
Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing strikes me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using this room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases.
Special cases?
Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. Although it doesn't make much of a difference.
There were only a few cases up for transferal there, and most were cleared up by noon.
Right, I see. Well, let's do the usual thing that we usually do.
Okay, so that's what I thought, but then
Wait.
so unlike your earlier testimony, do you believe this to be rock solid, do you?
Yes, sir. Solid as stone, sir. If my man wasn't wrapped in badges, I'd even give me the V for victory sign, sir.
Couldn't you just use his right hand for that?
Let's hear him out fully. As we've seen, one never knows what he might say until the very last second.
Is that card hanging? Is that card hanging from your neck? One of those ID cards?
Yes, sir. The card. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I keep it here so I won't ever forget it.
What if someone were to steal it from you, keeping it out and open like that?
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. Instead of the door closing, my ID card chokes me.
Maybe I should just leave this one alone.
At any rate, each police officer has only one ID card. Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony.
Let it be noted that this record this is the record that the witness referred to.
Let me see. Yes, that would be it. Detective Goodman.
What's the matter?
According to this, Mr. Benjamin, your name is on here!
So it is, Your Honor.
Whoa! That's amazing! Huh?
Mommy, is that the man in blue? Is the man in blue burning? Shh, don't stare at him. You've got the wrong color, kid.
It would seem the inquiry committee will want to speak with you again today.
I have nothing to be ashamed of regarding my actions or their consequences. For now, let us continue with the cross-examination.
Mr. Edgeworth, it must be so difficult for him.
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir! He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
Don't you think that's odd? I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you. There would have been any reason to draw a knife.
Maybe he just panicked?
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm very confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far from too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to dismiss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we got.
I actually am confused because I'm trying to think.
Oh,
Wait one moment, Officer Meekins.
Not girl waiting, sir!
I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene.
That makes sense.
When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. I mean the other crime scene, the underground parking lot in the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card.
Lost item report. Huh, it's only half completed.
But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report.
let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right?
I can't say for sure, but there's a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card.
Alright, so what does this all mean?
It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, rather the man who stole his ID card.
Wait, does the prosecution have a response?
I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright.
But bravo.
Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright?
Yes, what's he up to?
That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake, then the murder in the evidence room is also fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the instant of the murder.
Yes.
That's it, well, I guess that's right.
Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
This isn't going to end well.
Uh-oh. Well, well. It seems you finally realized. Exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth!
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place. At the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office. The murderer being Miss Lana Sky, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness. Observe the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Ah! I knew that something was way too shabby. It was all a trap from the beginning.
Activity evidence still leaves many unanswered questions. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, the trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman.
Just so, Your Honor.
You have to
Lad-
do something else. You have to do something. Where Lena.
What do I do? How am I supposed to get out of this mess? I don't know, Phoenix. Let's go wait and see what happens. I better pace myself. If I rush ahead, I might run into another trap.
But Mr. Wright, if you don't do anything.
It seems the defenses have ammunition.
The surrender flag has been raised. Your Honor, may we have your ruling now?
Don't give up, Mr. Wright. Get up and fight.
One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright? Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven.
Of course not. But I almost backed right into the prosecution's trap.
What are you talking about?
This cross-examination has proved one thing and one thing only. The security video did not show the actual murder. Oh no, oh no, oh no, we're looking at it again. Ah!
Not
God,
him.
make it stop.
Not him. Please, not him.
Please, God, Wright, stop showing this video.
Hold on, I'm getting to it.
Mr. Wright.
It's already embedded itself into my soul.
However,
I can't close my eyes without seeing the
It cannot
badger.
be. Alright,
Mr.
calm down,
Wright.
you two.
You're
Calm
gonna
down,
give me
you two.
nightmares.
Calm down, okay? However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
if this court will to examine this further, other witnesses will be necessary. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated. We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident.
This just might be my chance. Time to call certain Texas Ranger to the stand.
Mr. Wright. Dude, you mean.
Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness.
Oh, who do you have in mind? Don't tell me it's that guy, Barry Lutz.
No, it's not. God, no. Someone we have
Very
reason to
light.
Anyway, look, it's someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person who you want to have testify?
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna say it. Let's get Emma to go and stand. I know. No, forget. Let's call the dead man to stand. Nah, I'm gonna call Emma to stand. I'm joking.
you?
Calm down, Emma. Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
I can't let Edgeworth know everything just yet. He's in charge of he's in charge of the evidence room. I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witnesses Mr. Edgeworth, what's that word? What is it?
Subpoena, Your Honor.
Subpoenaed? Yeah, that word. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess!
No stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh? What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall. It seems you figured everything out.
I haven't figured anything out.
You're the one who knows everything. Emma. You always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you. I don't recall ever asking for his protection. How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Oh, Gumshoe?
Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later.
Wait, Detective Gumshoe! Okay. Detective Gumshoe, what is it? He just comes moping back.
No, you've got a lot of nerve, pal, making the detective run around while on duty. And top it off, you call me here. I've seen happy people at funerals.
Sorry, Detective.
Yeah, you better be, pal. Hey! Hey, hey, hey! I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky.
That's okay. So, have you brought what I asked?
Oh. You mean this, right?
My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request.
My name?
Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Can I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy.
The SL9 incident?
But, Lana, I thought Mr. Wright may need them, so I had them brought here. Here, you might do well to read them.
Can't believe you, the chief prosecutor, were witness in that case.
This guy was a witness?
Take it from me, you don't want anything to do with serial murders. Oh, what? Now that I brought you stuff, you're just gonna ignore me?
Hold on, let's go read it. Incident number SL9. Closed. Perpetrator Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates, Neil Marshall.
Marshall.
Jeb Bates. Jeb Bates. Come on, game. Trial data. Head prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses, Lana Sky, Emma Sky. Ooh. Investigation Task Force. Executive investigators, Damon Gant, Lana Sky. Head investigator, Bruce Goodman. Investigators, Jake Marshall, Angel Star. Emma? But why? in here?
I don't know. Unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this Asshole 9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. The... Joe Dark... No. No, Lana! That's over with!
Emma, wait! She ran away.
You know what? I just remembered. I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here.
But Gumshoe! Jake Marshall, Angel Star, Damon Kent, Miles Edgeworth. Not to mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. This can't be just a coincidence. Trust me, that happened the first time, and I'm pretty sure this isn't the second time.
Knowing you just might be able to figure it out.
Seems that he has very interesting coincidences with other cases, doesn't he?
He really does.
Yeah.
Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck.
Better take a good look at this file. Read to be contondered.
To be contondered.
How long? What are we sitting at now? We're sitting at a minute 15 into this already.
Jeez Louise.
Oh well, I mean, let's try to get through trial ladder, I guess.
We might as well.
Yep.
I'll give it a shot.
The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye.
Emma didn't come back.
Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
No.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Me, partner. Oh, I'm just a man, same as you, wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know, you're a patrolman.
As for the name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind calling out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? God, I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
Desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up.
Maybe it's best if we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime in plain old English.
Well, ain't you a buzzkill? My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said it was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at the street-side saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, just out of ammo it's time I hit the trail.
I can't say I'm particularly clear for your attitude.
Can't say I care for your beer, but you don't see me complaining.
Wait a minute.
Shit!
What do you mean? What do you mean by 2 security systems?
Me and the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those.
Yes. Well, what about the fingerprint activated locks of the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses, now don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours.
Also,
I just get to sit back and enjoy this.
actually no, because I'm handing you the voice of the judge for a bit since you have nothing to do.
Oh, okay. Okay.
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
Just make sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings.
You interred them?
Videos and nothing aren't that useful. The time would come, I'd erase the tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes ought to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
Oh, excuse me. This guy has a flair for the dramatic, but this isn't going to do him any good. So, in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Ain't you heard the word I said, partner? I told you that ain't my style.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado I know lets rules get in his way.
No desperados I know joined the police force. Judge?
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime.
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
How does this guy avoid being fired? You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course. Back in the day, my lock was a gold mine of evidence.
And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. Couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's, quite incredible, actually.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that you mention it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that, too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem like this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even angel steak lunch is gonna be fat paws. Fongo and sepia pasta.
You mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
I'm gonna try and do the judge voice. No, I can't do it. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edward says, "Did you not want to race this year?" Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, the evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. A steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay. I have a trump card in my sleeve, so I must keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I better up the ante. Okay, so he was supposed to keep watch. He didn't take 3 rounds a day because there's 2 security systems. He was at the saloon at the time, and yeah.
Do you have the record for the ID cards?
What?
Wasn't he on... Do you know that record of, like, who entered and left the room? The ID cards, wasn't he on that?
Which one?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, weird, I thought it was on that.
I mean, let's present
you?
it and
You pressed the first statement, right?
yeah.
You pressed all the statements, right? Okay.
Yeah. No, that didn't do anything.
Did
Wait.
you say it beforehand? Okay.
Okay. Wait. Can you go through his statements one more time for me? Okay. Next one. Okay. Next one. Next one. Uh-huh. Okay. What about his prints being found? I thought that was the trump card that Phoenix had.
Okay, there you go. Officer Marshall, doesn't this strike you as odd? That is you being called to testify like this? Oh. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
Yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner.
It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene, or to be exact, a handprint.
Listen, real deal, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects, that is, with my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there.
I only wish it were true, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Goodness, what is the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
Oh, sorry. The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall?
Seems to me. There ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints.
Judge?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints.
I think, Edgeworth, I think the judge might be too old.
What? Excuse me? Found at the scene of the crime. That took me a moment, I'm sorry.
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in my evidence room. One of them just happened to be in the same place the bloodstained handprint. Burger touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Well, didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it.
The witness's explanation appears valid. Although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Judge, are you okay?
No.
I had a feeling. Okay.
Wait. How
I mean,
does
person,
Marshall? Yeah, sorry. My first thought was, how does the Marshal know the murderer was wearing gloves?
I was thinking the exact same thing.
How does he what? Sorry?
How does he know that the murderer was wearing gloves?
So then, what about the bloody handprint?
It wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with my fingerprints. Just so happened.
The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1.
On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chance of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward for me with a mere fingerprint. You wanna know why?
Yeah, the thing that comes out to me is, how does he not know that how does he know the murderer is wearing gloves?
How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. It was found in the Detective Pikachu's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Yeah, I think we'd like to do that too.
So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion.
I can't let us squirm out of this one. We got to find something. Something decisive to tie Officer Marshall to this crime.
Wait. Also, another thing that stood out to me was the I guess no, I don't know. I may be overthinking this.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking the first statement he said. The one about it's only natural for his fingerprints to be in the room. I don't know why.
That's because you, how did you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. That, one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams.
I see.
It'd be strange my prints weren't all over that locker.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. Must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it.
You starting to get the picture, partner?
The picture?
This sealed blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this.
Oh god, not the tape again.
So long as betrayal isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Too bad it wasn't me.
I'm sorry, we have to go watch the footage again.
Wait, what was that? At the beginning of the tape. Oh no, that's the Blue Badger arm. Never mind.
No, all roads lead to the Badger.
Oh, I see it. I
At
see it.
his locker, isn't it?
Yeah.
His locker. Press on the statement.
No. I did not mean to do that. Okay, let's go back. What do you mean by that?
You want time in this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have.
But that video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, they could have easily left the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for speculations, Mr. Wright.
Oh, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in the video indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now.
Do I have evidence?
Yeah, the
Of course you
locker.
do.
His locker.
No, that's not in this evidence.
No, no. In the video, it showed a piece of cloth missing from his locker. There's evidence in the video.
No, but he's asking for evidence, like physical evidence. Oh, okay, never mind. Oops. No! Let's keep going. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Anyway, blah blah blah. Show the camera. Here's the evidence.
The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video.
A locker with the white cloth sticking out? That was the witnesses, I believe.
Now then, let's rewind the tape a bit. No! Ah, god damn it. It's so slow. Oh, there it
This
is.
is Maya in your conscience, or this is Emma in your conscience saying, "Stop with the frickin' video, Phoenix."
Wait.
And poof. Judge? You okay, Judge?
White cloth, it's gone. What is the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened the locker when the camera turned away.
Oh,
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. Got the wrong man. So what if my locker is open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Murderer will need to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. Not my fault you have to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man?
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You said I opened that locker, now prove it. Fingerprint sensor?
We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by detectives that they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk's this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe just mentioned something about this.
Hey, kid, the lockers aren't obvious. There are even some people on the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in the 8 words or less?
I only got one word for you, partner. No!
Cape flip was very dramatic.
Damn.
Judge?
Order, order! Witness, explain yourself.
This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now, please tell us what were you doing in the evidence room at the time of crime? Did you say
Hey.
Ole?
Ole, please answer the question.
What is he now, bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
That's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion. I'm gonna save.
Well then, let's hear it.
I don't know where Officer Marshall was hiding. He was the killer? Or no, he was the victim. No. Oh, never. Is that right? Officer Marshall standing right here.
There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman.
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
May I point out that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. The man had, oh my god, did you just, oh my god, they repeated had twice. I don't know if this is a typo, if the grammatics is right.
Yeah, that's grammatically correct.
If the man
It's
had
awkward as hell, but it's correct.
oh god, yeah, you're right, it is right, but I don't like it. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. He could have shown it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, then his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized that man wasn't Detective Goodman. You have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You got platinum imagination, partner. I got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to be better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence with proof that I dressed up as Marshall. Or Goodman.
Goodman.
I ain't so good with names these days, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I guess, Judge, she seems to be in very deep thought. Judge?
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
Let's go save and let's look. Well, oh, am I kidding? I don't have anything like that.
I can see the fear in that, Father. Seems you're the one who's going to take the desert heat.
Ah, this can't be happening. It's obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed.
Huh?
I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics.
Basics. For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me.
Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in that disguise, but rather I should look for the evidence that came about because he was in disguise.
Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place?
What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been.
It means they didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that. He opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So what exactly is this piece of cloth?
Perhaps the videos that Keith are all unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot.
Phoenix, please God, make it stop.
Well, very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth.
Ah! Anything on Goodman? Or at least...
Oh, hold on. Yeah, blood on the shoulder.
For some reason, he disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room, though I don't know what to what end yet.
Yeah.
However, something unexpectedly happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Judge?
A bloody white coat, I said.
Oh, okay. I guess it was cutting out on your end.
Sadness.
Rip. You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, partner.
An Officer Marshall.
Okay, yeah, it is cutting out on your end a bit.
Okay then, Officer Marshall. Are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated the guy. Hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half the person then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here now, would we?
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right. It seems the time has come.
Oh, another witness testimony.
I had to do it that day. Couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. I managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you.
But there's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation. Okay, so let's see. Let's review the facts. Yeah, you plan to take out the evidence. For what reason? Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere. So, you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card?
Stole that the morning of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filing out that lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot.
The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint-activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself.
But he could have, just because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck on the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off?
Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. I'm mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
There it is. Why did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. Me knocking him out and everything.
By the way, what happened to your knife?
Oh, you mean this one?
I don't know what to say.
Yeah, so knocked Officer Meekins out and
I have a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved is related to that case. I better take a look at the files. But the blood found at the crime scene certainly indicates a crime took place.
What are you, blind? The victim showing that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. So, you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What, Mr. Edgeworth? Where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor.
The Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else must stole the evidence. How did blah blah blah. When you say it, you mean
Do you even have to ask, partner?
this online incident?
2 years have passed since that case was closed. I was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over.
Well, what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room?
When the case is closed, only the case's lead detective could look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of the investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
That day was my last chance. That's why
Yeah. So you did your research beforehand.
those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tapes erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in security when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed them there.
What was Officer Meekins doing that time?
What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
So what you're saying is on that day...
Officer Marshall, let me ask you one thing.
Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer.
Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer. This is no small offense.
Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary.
Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution.
Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence is stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think is the real reason.
Didn't it mention someone named Neil Marshall?
It did.
Yeah, right there. Victim.
Yeah.
There you go. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner.
I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned here. The list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man?
Neil Marshall. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
Must be talking about the King of Prosecutors Award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right, he was killed. And the case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to...
He was my brother. He was investigating the murders of Damon Gant, the then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. The brother that fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. The case was finally closed. At least, according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more in my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Do you
Well,
want me...
at least one
oh.
thing's for certain.
Oh, I was wondering if you wanted me to take over.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
Yeah.
Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence.
Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. Things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
Chance? It's got to be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which, in turn, means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye.
But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial!
Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today.
But...
There's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. there yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. Seems to me, this boy's got the draw on the partner. All of the mysteries of the police department have been resolved, no doubt about it. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Skye. And the testimony of one Miss Angel Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less.
Ah!
I rest my case.
Seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
There's no doubt that what I proved today is true. The apparent murder of the security camera's tape really was fake, but I didn't realize that it would end up proving Lana guilty.
Then the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Hold it! Ta-da!
Oh,
There you go.
Your Honor, wait!
And the judge comes back to me. Emma!
The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right?
What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor? In a sense.
Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
Oh,
Aw,
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Now that she mentions it, the names of both the Skye sisters were found in that file.
But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So, I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint.
you mean the traces of blood found in Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, remember? Right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry. I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator, after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
And I'm just an attorney.
But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue that we have. If we can't find something wrong with them, please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Time's up! Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. If you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If I ever need to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint in this locker? You know, I have the same question. Could there be something I'm missing? Do we have an image of that?
Not sure.
Because we had the 2 blood marks, right?
No.
Yeah, object anyways, I guess.
This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction.
The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping Mr. Right.
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something's missing.
Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there?
Yes, something that, when drawn, would completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Right!
All this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use. I know exactly what it was.
All roads
I was
lead to
gonna
the Blue
say.
Badger!
I was gonna say the blue badger.
Of course, it's the fucking Badger.
Oh boy.
What about that piece of plywood?
The Blue Badger, this terrorist soul of the police force. Oh, sorry, I mean the mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof, the very demon that stares into your soul. Oh, sorry.
Explain yourself, Mr. Right. And make it quick, I need to get to the exorcism stat.
Alright. So,
I'm
please
going
look at
to.
the. Okay, hold on. Please look at the floor plans on the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So,
So, watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well,
Well, what?
that's right. So as long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would have been impossible to place a handprint at this spot.
what?
So, that means, what the fuck does that mean anyway?
It means it can't be done.
What the fuck? What do you mean? Blood traces are undeniably found in that locker.
Don't look at me. I didn't put them there.
Right. Think it through scientifically.
Emma,
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker.
sweet. So that must mean that this blood mark was left there before the Blue Badger was brought in?
What? Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence lot room, blood was spilled not once, but twice.
But how?
On one time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, for which a trivial amount of blood fell. Problem is, the other time. I mean, do you not see the bloody handprint on there? Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape, and it had to been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept the absurd claim.
The murder portrayed the security tape has been proven to be a fake. However, it doesn't explain the blood mark found in the locker.
So then, assuming this murder report really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
Summarize the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as the detective, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us, when did this first instance occur, as Mr. Edgeworth? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
I don't know if I have evidence. Let's find out.
I think I know one actually.
There's only one piece of evidence. It's right there. No, I have to stare into its soul again.
Oh god.
This is proof. It's quite simple, you see.
If it's so simple, then don't get it wrong.
Huh? Oh, okay. No, I was wrong. Oh, okay.
I think it's the ID card record, because there was that one that was like all 7s at the start.
If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. In order to do so, an ID card will be required.
An ID card? Oh! The ID card record!
Officer Meekins brought in the Blue Badger panel at the evidence room at...
Let's see here, 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then that would have to be 4:40 p.m. Oh! Ah! Miles Edgeworth! Just what have you done?
I never would have figured you had the nerve, boy. Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't be me. Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That is...
Oh, excuse me. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer.
I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other ID card remaining. 777777777.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman enter the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered it along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 777777777.
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP! Find out whose ID number. Find out whose ID number. Please find out whose ID card number is 777777777.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present.
What?
Explain yourself, son. The ID number 777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
But that's ridiculous. Just how?
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
If an official charge is filed against an executive is accepted, an official charge.
You're all lacking, aren't you? With your cover-ups and forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes.
I just want to point out, Kyle is just talking to himself.
I know he is.
This is interesting. No, not to you. To her, the friend sitting over there. The little executive.
Lana?
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder. Of course we looked up her ID number, and it's not 7777777. Don't blame me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
This Elaine incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Oh, Lana.
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time,
Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did.
Ruh-roh.
Well, Lana. I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, the investigator in that crime, in the eyes and say that you did?
Chief Prosecutor! You didn't!
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Why won't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. But, Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence.
See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No!
Order! Order, everyone!
Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Shit! Damn it! Ending the trial in such a massive, like, Jesus Christ. Oh, I want to get the little first part of it out of the way first, and then we'll stop for tonight.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. I'm not repeating what
Yeah,
she
no, that's
said,
fine.
but, like, I didn't know. I never knew that the Esselman incident was another name for the Joe Dark killing.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
What do you mean by what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. Joe Dirk's last victim was prosecutor Neil Marshall. And he murdered Officer Marshall's brother. He left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
The night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
So Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I didn't see that one coming. Oh, we might as well go through this again.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of the year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day, unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together when she finished her work. Then suddenly, this terrifying man came busting into the office.
Joe Dark.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Where's Marshall's brother?
Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then,
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out suddenly.
Oh Jesus, I got chills down my spine when that happened. Jeez.
Ooh.
Bolts of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made it up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Miss Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was giving false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumors about Miss Edgeworth, I mean, it's all my fault. If he could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true. Even though he may have not known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
But the case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She must have not been able to face up to what she did, especially now to Emma. So, what did you see in the instant that the crime occurred?
Knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. Oh God.
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma. You've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago, he must have been 14. That's understandable.
all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies. And find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. But there's still something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dirk had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course, this happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices in the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly, didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
After the Joe Dirk case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective? Better have another talk with her. But you know what? That talk's gonna have to wait. Yeah, that's gonna have to wait because it's already quite late and I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, I gotta go to bed too.
Fair.
Yeah. So that's it. So yeah, that's the end of that. We have to wrap that up. God, this case is so long. Look how long this case is. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna get through it. We're gonna go finish it at some point, and yada yada yada. Whatnot. So starting next week, there won't be a stream next week. I got folks over, so I won't be able to stream. But I'll look into seeing if we can try to sneak in another one sometime in the future. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds lit.
Which I'm just gonna quickly look at the calendar. So at the as of the time of this live stream, I still don't know when Great Ace Attorney is going to be released.
July 29th.
27th.
29th.
I thought it was 27th.
It's
Okay.
the date's been changed. It's the 29th.
Okay.
Was that confirmed?
So
Yeah,
Weird,
it's on
I
the-
haven't seen that anywhere.
it's on the official website.
okay. So yeah, I do plan on probably streaming a first bit of that game, but after that I probably won't be going through the entire game on stream. Just because I kind of want to do that on the personal side. Actually, we'll see about it. But probably the next time we stream, it probably won't either. It will be Ace Attorney Trilogy or it will be Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. One of the two. You'll have to wait and find out. So that is it for the stream. I'm gonna go to bed now. So goodbye.
Good night.
Good night.